Ecise is called hip crossover stretch with palms down. For this Ecise, your patient will start with in the hook line position on their back. They're going to put their palms straight out to their sides and their arms at shoulder level. Bring your arms down just a tad. There you go. From here, they're going to cross one of their knees over their other, or one of their ankles over the other knee. Go ahead and cross your knee there. Now they're going to rotate this knee down until this foot rests on the floor. From this point, they're going to turn their head in the opposite direction they rotated their knee, and they're going to use their hip muscles to push this knee away from their upper body. You're going to hold this as directed on your menu for about 1 minute. When you come out, relax the leg, rotate it back up to the starting position, reset your foot. Now we're going to cross the opposite leg onto the opposite knee. Rotate down to the other side. Now she's going to turn her head away from the direction she turned. Again, press this knee away from your body with your hip muscles. Relax your neck, relax your upper back. Hold for about 1 minute. And come out of the stretch the same way you came in. Reset your foot. The stretch is called hip crossover stretch with palms down. This Ecise is called crocodile. For this Ecise, your patient will start on their back with their arms straight up to their sides and their palms on the floor. Want to make sure their shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles are aligned. From there, they will stack one foot on top of the other, so we'll have her stack her right foot on top of her left. Her feet should be flexed, with the Achilles tendon kind of resting in between the first and the second toe. Once in this position, she's going to rotate in the direction of the down leg. So she's going to rotate her hips to the left, while keeping her arms straight up to the side. Her upper body should be relaxed, and she's going to look in the opposite direction that she just rotated. From here, you're going to hold this for about a minute, and she's going to try to keep her thighs tight and her glutes tight while maintaining straight legs. So if we're holding about a minute, after a minute we're going to rotate it back out of that position. Make sure the feet and hips are aligned, shoulders are still straight out. She'll stack her opposite foot. And now we're going to rotate in the opposite direction. Her head is looking the opposite direction she rotated. Again, glutes tight, thighs tight, feet pulled back. Upper body should be relaxed. Hold this for about a minute or whatever it says on the menu. This Ecise is crocodile. This Ecise is called standing windmill. First, the patient will be standing against a wall as the plumb surface. Their heels will be against the wall, and they want to start with their feet hip width apart. They're going to place their arms straight up to the sides at shoulder level with their back of their hands touching the wall. From here, they're going to do a side bend of their torso, allowing their arms only to move when their torso moves. Let's go ahead and do a side bend. We're going to do 5 reps to each side. 2. Trying to keep the hips still. Good. All right, from there, as if we did 5 repetitions, we're going to change the foot position, and we're going to widen the feet to about 1.5 feet apart. Good. Heels against the wall still, hips against the wall, shoulders against the wall. We're going to do 5 repetitions in this position. Go ahead and go through a couple. From here, we're going to spread the feet apart once again to about 2.5 feet apart. Good. Arms out the sides, palms against the wall. 5 repetitions here. We'll only do a couple. Make sure your feet are pointing straight ahead at all times. Good. from here, to finish the Ecise, we're going to bring the feet back to the starting position and do 5 repetitions with the feet hip width apart and straight forward. This Ecise is called standing windmill. This Ecise is called standing arm circles. For this Ecise, your patient will start standing with their feet hip width apart, toes pointing straight ahead, and her hands are going to be in the golfer's grip. So your fingertips are touching that top pad of your palm, with the thumbs pointing straight out to the side. So her arms are straight out from her shoulders at 90 degrees. She's going to rotate her palms down, so the thumbs will be pointing straight forward. And she's going to squeeze her shoulder blades slightly and make small 6-inch circles in a forward motion. Moving at a good pace so you get this body oscillation is good. It'll help stabilize the hips and also energize the shoulder. The circle's going to be a little smaller on that right side. You want to make sure that her arms are still coming straight out to their sides. After about 40 reps or whatever is specified on the menu, she can relax. And then for the second part of the exercise, she will be bringing her palms back up, or her arms back up with her palms facing upward. Her thumbs should be pointing back. And now we're going to reverse the arm circles. Do about the same amount of reps as you did forward. This Ecise is called standing arm circles. This Ecise is called static extension position. Your client is going to start on their hands and knees. You want their hips lined up right over their knees and their shoulders lined up right over their wrists. From here, she's going to walk her wrists and hands about 4 to 6 inches forward. Good. So now we're going to line up her shoulders and wrists, so she's going to shift forward. Her hips should be slightly in front of her knees. Fingers still pointing straight forward. She's going to relax her shoulder blades towards each other and relax her stomach so her low back can fall into an extended position, and also relax her neck. In this position, she's going to hold this for about 1.5 to 2 minutes, whatever the menu specifies. Making sure the neck stays relaxed, making sure the shoulders are always above the wrists, hips slightly in front of the knees. If her back starts to hurt, she can slightly move backward with her hips to kind of alleviate that. Again, hold for about 2 minutes. This exercise, Ecise, is called static extension position. This Ecise is called upper spinal floor twist. Your patient will start in the fetal position with their knees at 90 degrees and their hips at 90 degrees in relation to their torso. She will start with her arms straight out in front of her at shoulder height, palms together. From here, she is going to rotate open like an open book. So go ahead and open up. Or she's going to look in the direction of that palm, of the palm she's rotating towards. The knees are going to stay stacked on top of each other the whole time. She can bring this hand down to make sure they stay there. From here, you're going to hold this Ecise for about 1 minute, or whatever is directed on your menu. It's important to make sure the knees don't separate or slide. Good. Since it's a rotation exercise, she's going to go out of it the same way she went into it. So rotate back. Good. And then we'll repeat on the other side. So go ahead and sit up and roll to the other side. So fetal position on the left side. So good, the knees are stacked. Bring the knees to about 90 degrees. Good. Bring your hips up a little bit. Good. Palms are together. She's going to open up like a book again. Good. Looking towards that palm she opened up towards, using this hand to keep those knees stacked on top of each other. Good. Trying to let your body open up. Hold for about a minute. And then come out of it the same way you went in. So go ahead and relax. Bring your palms together. This Ecise is called upper spinal floor twist. This Ecise is called assisted hip lift. Your patient will begin lying on their back next to a wall. She's going to place her feet on the wall in front of her. Go ahead. She wants her knees and hips to be at about 90 degrees. She's going to bring her feet down a little bit. So her knees, bring this foot in a little bit. There you go. So the knees and feet should be hip width apart, toes pointing straight towards the ceiling. Her arms are going to be out on their sides at about 45 degrees, with palms facing up. A little less on your arms there. From here, she's going to cross one of her ankles over to the opposite foot. Let's go ahead and start with your right ankle. Cross that to your left knee. Good. And then with her hip muscles, she's going to push her knee towards that wall and hold that for about a minute. Now while she's holding this, it's important that when she crosses her ankle, if that causes her butt to raise off the floor, she can scoot out from the wall a little bit. She should keep her upper body relaxed throughout this exercise, holding for about 1 minute or whatever is directed on the menu. The opposite knee should remain in alignment with the shoulder and hip. After about 1 minute, she can go ahead and relax. Bring that foot to the wall, make sure it's in alignment still. Good, hips and knees lined up, shoulders good. And now we're going to repeat on the other side. Cross the ankle over the opposite knee. Push that hip towards the wall. Try not to let the hips roll off the floor, so try to keep that hip on the floor there. Good, hold for about a minute, and relax. This Ecise is called assisted hip lift. This Ecise is called downward dog. You're going to have the client start in their hands and knees position. So the shoulders should be right over the wrists, hips right over the knees. For downward dog, she's going to curl her toes under so they're placed on the mat. Good. Make sure the feet are still hip width apart. Bring this one in a little bit. There you go. And she's going to kind of extend her knees into the pike position, so go ahead and push your knees up. Good. So it's important for this Ecise to try to relax your heels to the ground, keep the knees straight, and also try to place an arch in the lower back. Fingers should be straight, pointing straight ahead, neck should be relaxed. You want to hold this for about 1 minute. Making sure the thighs are tight, knees extended, and really try to put an arch in the low back. Good. Go ahead and relax, come back down to the hands and knees. This Ecise is called downward dog. This Ecise is called supine foot circles and point flexes. Your client will begin lying on their back with their legs straight out in front of them. I want her feet to be about hip width apart. Good. She's going to grab behind one knee, so let's start with your right leg. Grab behind that knee with your hands. So the knee doesn't need to be perfectly up and down 90 degrees. The down leg, her toes will be pulled back towards her, flexed straight towards the ceiling. Her shoulders should be relaxed against the ground. So once she's in this position, she will be doing circles with her foot, about 40 circles clockwise. Go ahead and do clockwise circles. So you want to keep your knee very straight, so just the ankle should be moving. Good. So after about 30 or 40 circles clockwise, go counterclockwise. Try to keep the knee still. Shoulders should be relaxed. This foot's still pointing towards the ceiling. Good, relax. Now we're going to do point flexes with that same foot. So again, the same position, shoulders relaxed, and do point the toe and pull the toe back towards you. Good. Point and flex. Point and flex. So this is the same repetitions, about 40 repetitions, whatever is specified on the menu. You can move a little quicker than that. Good, relax. And we'll repeat this exercise on the other side. So feet straight out in front of you. Grasp behind the knee. Make sure this toe is flexed and pointed towards the ceiling. Shoulders should be relaxed. Good. And circles. Go clockwise. Try to keep that knee very still. Keep going. Good. And reverse. Shoulders should still be relaxed. Good. And point flexes. This Ecise is supine foot circles and point flexes. This last Ecise is called air bench. The client will start with her back against the wall, feet hip width apart. She's going to push her back into the wall and walk her feet out. Then relax against the wall, kind of in a seated position as if she's sitting on an invisible chair. Her knees are going to be, or her feet are going to be slightly in front of her knees. So go ahead and bring your feet out a little more. Good. And the hips should be slightly above the knees, so kind of drop your hips a little bit more. Good. From here, her low back should be pressed into the wall. She can either have her hands down or resting in her lap gently with her palms up. She's going to hold this Ecise as directed on the menu for about 1 to 2 minutes. It's important to keep the low back flat against the wall, pressed into the wall, and also the weight should be on the heels, so the toes should be able to wiggle. This Ecise is called air bench.